Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Farah, and in today's video, I'm going to be doing the book acquiring tag. So this tag was created by Enter the Book, and I'll leave a link to her channel below. And then I was tagged by Melinda from Web of Stories. So thank you so much for tagging me, Melinda. If you guys don't follow Melinda already, she's a great booktuber. She has really good book discussions, like a nice variety of books that she reads, and she's funny. I love her sense of humor, especially when she's first starting her video. She'll just say like things that have gone wrong or whatever. She's so relatable and down to earth, so I really enjoy her channel. So yeah, this is 10 different questions, or 9 questions I should say, and this is just a way to get to know each other in terms of our book buying habits. So I am doing the Read What You Own challenge right now, so I'm not buying any books at the moment, but I'm just going to kind of answer for in general before I started the challenge. So question number 1 is, do you plan your book purchase ahead of time or do you impulse buy? So I would say the main way that I buy books is usually online or thrift stores. I don't often go into a brand new bookstore and purchase books. So when I'm buying books online, it's always premeditated, it's always planned out. It's usually a book that I've already finished that I really enjoy, that I want to own. So that's planned. And then if it's at a thrift store, it's impulse, because I usually just, look through the shelves, and if I find something I like, I'll grab it. So both. Question number 2, how do you decide what books to buy? So the books that I buy are either going to be, like I said, books that I already own that I love, or they're books that are part of an active collection that I'm collecting. So like right now I'm collecting the Barnes & Noble's classic hardcover editions, and I'm almost done with my children's classics collection, but I have started to purchase a few adult versions of the classics in this collection. So not everything, just as I come across them. The other way is just basically if I see an author that I like that has written something at the thrift store, I'll grab that. Or if it's a book that I've seen somebody else talk about that I really want to try, I'll grab that. If it's a nonfiction topic that I think I would enjoy, I'll grab that. So it's just kind of like, based on what I know of the book and if I think I would enjoy it. Question number 3, what is your philosophy on where you shop? Online versus in person, large versus small, physical, digital, or audio, new versus used? So I would say the majority of my book buying is going to be used copies. I prefer to buy in person if I can, because I can see the actual book. And if I make an online purchase that isn't a brand new book, then I do use eBay a lot, because I'll choose a seller that has a picture of the actual used copy so that I can see what the cover looks like, what the pages look like, and I know that I'm usually going to get that exact book. So I try to avoid blind used secondhand book buying, because I have gotten like really tiny print, or I've gotten covers that didn't match what they thought they would be. So that's kind of what I do for that. In terms of large versus small, like obviously shopping at smaller independent bookstores is always my preference when it comes to newer books and things within the bookshop. I try to support them, but I do go to Barnes & Noble once in a while as well, because I don't want them to shut down. We used to have a Borders at our area, which was amazing, and they ran out of business. So it's like, I want to try to support anything in person that has books. Target even, so let's be real, I do buy on Amazon sometimes too. So, we can't all be perfect. Okay. Do you prefer buying physical, digital, or audio? So I almost never buy audio. It's so accessible through the library that I can listen to it. And then if I want to listen to it again someday, I'll just, borrow it again. So never buy audio. I don't subscribe to Audible or anything like that. I don't really buy ebooks either, to be honest. I probably have maybe 10 ebooks on my whole Kindle. And I don't know. Yeah, I do like reading on my Kindle though. When I borrow books from the library, they go to my Kindle and I read them that way. But if it's a long running series and I want to convert it over to digital so I can make room on my shelf, I will do that. Like I have the Sookie Stackhouse series I'm looking at right now, Outlander. Some of those I might convert to digital, just to, make room on my shelf. And if I find a good sale for it, I'll do it that way. But my main enjoyment of book buying is absolutely 100%, well, not 100%, but it's mostly physical. And I really, really like collecting beautiful editions of things. So for example, I have 2 copies of The Great Gatsby. This one is one that was done by Coralie Bigford Smith, and she does the penguin cloth-bound classics that you see on people's shelves that look amazing. And this is just a version that she made of this one. And then here's another example. This is The Great Gatsby and Other Stories, but I love the covers. So I do have a weakness for classics editions in beautiful covers, definitely. Question number 4, what do you think about little free libraries? Have you used one? Why or why not? I absolutely love little free libraries. I think they're amazing. I have a couple in my area that I check from time to time. I haven't found a ton of amazing things in there. I usually find classics, if anything, in one of them. And then anytime we're out on vacation or camping, we always seem to come across them, and I always dig through them. It's fun. I think they're great. Question number 5, how do you feel after acquiring a book? Do you share like in a book haul or a diary? I feel great when I get a new book. I really enjoy it. I like, in the rare chance that I do buy some brand new books from like Barnes and Nobles, I'll keep them out like in a certain spot by my desk, not in here, and I'll look at them and I'll look at the covers and I'll pick them up and I'll feel them and I'll flip through them and I'll just enjoy that experience of having these brand new books I haven't read yet, and it's just fun. I don't share them that often though. I mean, I only think I have maybe 1 book haul on my whole channel so far. I do sometimes throw in a used book haul into some of my vlogs, so I'll share it that way. And then I have started doing a reading journal this year, so I do have a list that I'm keeping track of any books that I purchase, just as a way to kind of see how much I'm buying. So it's not much this year, obviously, yet, but. Question number 6, how do you feel looking at your books that you haven't read? So I kind of just answered that. I love it. I'm looking at a bunch right now that I haven't read yet. And it is a nice feeling. It's a nice feeling to have these like fresh books that are just waiting for you. There's stories in there, especially if there's a little bit of hype behind them and you're just like, ooh, I can't wait to get to that. I will always have unread books on my shelf. It's fun. It feels motivating. It just gives you that little bit of like happiness. Yeah, I'm looking at all of them right now, and it does make me excited. I love having books that I get on my shelves. It's fun. Oh, and the second part of that question is, does it matter if it's currently a lot or a small amount? Yeah, I think it matters depending on your personal comfort with the amount of unread books you have. I mean, we all kind of perceive it a little bit differently. Some people might think of it as like, you know, just something really exciting, and other people might view it as like, oh, well, I really should get to those and feel a lot of pressure behind it. For me personally, I'm comfortable with the amount of unread books I currently have. I mean, I'm a little bit overwhelmed, I'll be honest. But for the most part, I think I'm getting through them now, more so way better than I was last year. So I am generally feeling good about it. Number 7, how do you decide what number of unread books is the right amount? Again, I think it just comes down to a feeling. When you're looking at your physical shelves, how do you feel? Do you feel anxious a little bit? Yeah, I feel a little anxious. Like there are things that I wanted to read. I mean, I feel very strongly that I need to read these before I add more. So that's been helpful just to keep my own motivation from buying any extra books. Like I mentioned, I don't have a problem with ebooks, so that's not an issue. I feel okay. I feel okay. I don't know what a good number is though. I mean, I don't know. I have no idea how many unread books I actually have. I never counted them all. A lot. It's a lot. Okay, number 8, do you have a TBR game or a process for reading them? Yes, I really enjoy doing reading challenges here on BookTube because it helps give me a direction. It helps me focus on what books to choose. So for example, May's coming up, and I think I heard somebody say that's like a zombie reading event. So if I have anything that has to do with zombies, I'll pick from that. It's also Asian Heritage Month, so I'll definitely be looking for any Asian authors that I have that I'd like to prioritize. So it helps give me a focus. One little game I play sometimes is I'll line up a few books that I'm thinking about reading, and I'll put a cat treat on them, and I'll have Like I'll put my 2 cats down and see which ones they pick, and then I'll pick those for my TBR. So that's really the only game, I guess I would say. Sometimes I ask my daughters, I'll give them a little pile and I'd be like, which one should I read? And they'll pick. So that's fun. And question number 9, do you have a book buying problem? And if so, what is the nature of it? And can it be adjusted? Ooh, this is getting personal. Just kidding. I think I have a little bit of a book buying problem. Before this challenge started, I did go to thrift stores, at least once a month, and I would always come back with something. And I really wasn't getting to them. I was using the library and mood reading 100%. So, but this year, since starting the Read What You Own challenge, I don't feel that bad anymore. I feel like I am getting through the ones that I own. I'm committed to the challenge. I had a couple slip-ups in the beginning, which you would have seen in a video I recently did. But I think for the most part, I feel good about the amount of books that are leaving versus the amount of books coming in. So at the moment, I don't. I really don't. I feel comfortable. I'm not somebody that is, rushing towards new releases ever. I'm happy to read backlisted. I'm happy to shop used, and I'm not in a rush. So I would say no, I don't have a problem at this time with book buying. And it feels good to say that, So that was the tag. I hope you guys enjoyed it. The final question is to tag a few people who you would like to see do the tag. And honestly, I would like to see everybody do the tag. If you haven't done it yet, I would love to hear your answers. It's just really fun to learn more about you guys. If you're not a booktuber, if you'd like to leave some answers below, I'll definitely love to read through them. So thank you guys again for watching, and thank you, Melinda, for tagging me. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. If you're not doing the Read What You Own challenge, I hope you are fully enjoying your book buying and spending that hard-earned money on things that you enjoy. So thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys soon.